Darkness. Nothing but cold black water beneath you. No sound. No light. No idea what's moving below your feet. Your heart starts beating faster. And somewhere in that darkness, something feels it. Not sees it. Feels it. A creature older than dinosaurs. A predator designed by evolution for one purpose only. To hunt. But here's the terrifying truth. Sharks do not need to see you to find you. They can sense movement. They can detect vibrations. They can track electricity flowing through your body. And some scientists believe they may even react to fear itself. Tonight, we dive into the terrifying science behind the ocean's perfect predator. How sharks hunt. How they track humans underwater. Why they always seem to appear out of nowhere. And what really happens the moment a shark starts hunting you. Because once you understand how sharks truly sense the world, the ocean will never feel safe again. The fear of deep water. The ocean covers more than 70% of Earth. But humans have explored less than 10% of it. Think about that. Right now, beneath the waves, there are entire worlds we have never seen. Mountains taller than Everest. Canyons deeper than the Grand Canyon. Creatures that glow in complete darkness. And somewhere inside that endless blue wilderness, sharks patrol silently. For millions of years, sharks have ruled the oceans. Long before humans existed. Long before dinosaurs walked the earth. Sharks were already hunting. Perfecting their senses. Adapting. Evolving. Becoming faster. Smarter. Deadlier. Most predators rely mainly on vision. Lions use sight. Eagles use eyesight. Wolves track movement. But sharks are different. A shark experiences the ocean like an invisible map of vibrations, pressure, sound, electricity, and blood. The water itself becomes information. Every movement sends signals. Every heartbeat creates energy. Every splash tells a story. And sharks know how to read it. That's why many attacks feel terrifyingly sudden. One moment. Nothing. The next. A massive predator appears from nowhere. But the shark was never lost. It already knew you were there. Chapter 2. The Sixth Sense of Sharks. Imagine floating alone in deep water. Your legs move slowly beneath the surface. Your breathing becomes heavier. Your pulse increases. And somewhere below, a shark turns toward you instantly. How? The answer begins with one of the strangest biological weapons in nature. Electroreception. Hidden across a shark's snout are tiny gel-filled organs called the ampullae of Lorenzini. These microscopic sensors can detect electrical fields in the water. Every living creature produces electricity. Fish. Dolphins. Seals. Even humans. Your muscles create electrical signals. Your heartbeat creates electrical pulses. Your nervous system constantly sends energy through your body. And sharks can detect it. Even in complete darkness. Even buried beneath sand. Even when visibility is nearly zero. This means a shark does not always need to see prey. It can feel life itself. Scientists discovered that some sharks can detect electrical signals so weak they are almost impossible to measure with human technology. That sensitivity gives sharks a supernatural advantage. To us, the ocean looks empty. To a shark, it glows with invisible energy. Like a radar system designed by evolution. Now imagine what happens when fear kicks in. Your heartbeat accelerates. Your muscles tense. Your movements become erratic. Your body suddenly becomes louder inside the water. And the shark notices. Chapter 3. How sharks hear you. Most people think sharks are silent hunters. But sharks are always listening. The ocean is filled with sound. Waves crashing. Fish swimming. Whales calling. Heartbeats pulsing. And sharks can hear low-frequency vibrations from astonishing distances. Some species detect struggling movements from hundreds of meters away. That means panic underwater becomes a signal. Fast kicking. Heavy splashing. Chaotic movement. To humans, it looks like fear. To sharks, it can resemble injured prey. This is why divers are trained to stay calm. Controlled movement matters. Because underwater, panic spreads information. The shark's entire body is built to collect that information. Its lateral line system runs along the sides of its body like a biological motion detector. This allows sharks to feel tiny pressure changes in water. A fish twitching nearby. A wounded animal struggling. A diver moving nervously. The shark feels all of it. And once it locks onto movement, it begins tracking. Silently. Patiently. Efficiently. Chapter 4. The moment the hunt begins. Now imagine this. You are swimming far from shore. Below you is darkness. Then suddenly, every instinct inside your body says something is wrong. The ocean becomes quiet. Too quiet. Many survivors of shark encounters describe this exact feeling. An unnatural silence. A sense of being watched. And then, a shape appears below. Massive. Slow. Circling. Not attacking yet. Studying. Because sharks are not mindless killers. They are calculated predators. A great white shark may spend several minutes observing before striking. It watches movement. Posture. Speed. Weakness. The shark is gathering information. And then comes the most terrifying part. The approach. Almost invisible. No roar. No warning. Just raw speed exploding upward from darkness. For seals, the attack happens in less than a second. The shark launches vertically with unbelievable force. Sometimes completely leaving the water. An ambush perfected over millions of years. And humans who accidentally enter that hunting zone can suddenly become part of the equation. Chapter 5. Why the ocean feels terrifying. Humans evolved on land. We understand forests. Mountains. Cities. But underwater, we lose control. Vision disappears. Movement slows. Sound changes. You cannot see far. You cannot run. And your brain knows it. That's why deep water triggers primal fear. Because somewhere deep inside human psychology, we understand something ancient. In the ocean, we are no longer the apex predator. We are vulnerable. And sharks remind us of that reality. Not because they are evil, but because they are perfectly designed hunters. Cold. Efficient. Ancient. Beautiful. And terrifying. Mid-video retention hook. But this is only the beginning. Because scientists later discovered something even more disturbing. Some sharks may track prey from miles away using blood chemistry and ocean currents. And one species has a hunting ability so advanced. It can attack in total darkness with almost perfect accuracy. What happens next shocked even marine biologists. Chapter 6. The smell of blood myth. You've probably heard the myth. A shark can smell one drop of blood from miles away. But the real science is even more interesting. Sharks possess one of the most powerful smell detection systems in nature. Water constantly flows through specialized nasal organs. These organs analyze chemical traces with incredible precision. But sharks do not just smell blood. They track entire chemical patterns. Stress chemicals. Fish oils. Body fluids. Movement trails. Ocean currents. The shark combines all this information together like a living supercomputer. It follows invisible trails through the sea, every second bringing it closer. And once the shark confirms the target, the hunt changes completely. Chapter 7. The invisible world sharks live in. When you look at the ocean, you see water. Blue. Calm. Empty. But that is only your version of reality. A shark experiences something completely different. Every movement creates pressure waves. Every heartbeat sends electrical signals. Every breath produces vibration. Every injury releases chemical trails. To a shark, the ocean is not empty. It is alive with invisible information. And the shark is constantly reading it. Not thinking. Not analyzing like humans. Just reacting instantly. Like a living detection system built for one purpose. Survival through hunting. This is why sharks feel so sudden when they appear. Because they were never far away. They were already there. Listening. Tracking. Following. Chapter 8. The moment you become a signal. Now imagine yourself underwater again. You are calm at first. But your body never truly stops communicating. Your heart beats. Your muscles move. Your nervous system fires tiny electrical impulses. All of this enters the water instantly. And spreads outward like invisible ripples. Now somewhere in the distance. A shark is moving slowly. It is not hunting randomly. It is scanning the ocean like a radar system. And then it detects something. A pattern. Not a sound. Not a smell. A signal. Alive. Weak. But real. At this moment, you are no longer just a swimmer. You are a point of energy in the ocean. And the shark begins to focus. Chapter 9. The electric sense that changes everything. Inside a shark's head, there are tiny jelly-filled pores. So sensitive that they can detect electrical fields smaller than a battery pulse. This system is called electroreception. It turns the shark into something almost unreal. It can detect a heartbeat buried under sand. A fish hiding in darkness. A wounded animal struggling below rocks. A diver moving slowly in deep water. Even when there is zero visibility, the shark still knows where life exists. Now think deeper. When a human feels fear, the body changes. Heart rate increases. Breathing becomes uneven. Muscles tighten. Movements become less controlled. And all of this produces stronger electrical patterns in water. So when people say sharks can sense fear, what they are really sensing is the body reacting to fear. Not emotion itself, but the physical signals fear creates. To a shark, fear is noise. And that noise gives you away. Chapter 10. Why shark attacks feel random. Most shark encounters seem sudden. A splash. A bite. A disappearance. But in reality, the shark was preparing long before the attack. It may have been tracking for minutes. Sometimes even hours. It watches patterns. It tests reactions. It circles silently below the surface. Great white sharks especially are known for this behavior. They do not rush. They calculate. Because energy matters in the wild. A failed attack means injury or exhaustion. So sharks choose moments carefully. The perfect angle. The perfect speed. The perfect timing. And when everything aligns, the attack begins. Not as chaos. but as precision. Chapter 11. The shadow that always comes from below. Most shark attacks happen from underneath. This is not random. It is strategy. From below, the shark is invisible against deep water. Light comes from the surface. Silhouettes become targets. A swimmer becomes a shadow outline. A seal becomes a shape against brightness. And sharks use this perfectly. They rise slowly. Silent. Unseen. Then accelerate upward in a single explosive motion. Some attacks last less than 1 second. It is not aggression. It is efficiency. In nature, survival is speed plus accuracy. And sharks have perfected both. Chapter 12. The sound of silence before the attack. Survivors often describe something strange. Just before a shark appears, the ocean feels different. Still. Quiet. Almost frozen. This is not superstition. It is perception. When a large predator approaches, smaller fish move away. The environment shifts. Sound patterns change. Movement disappears. And the human brain notices this instantly. Even without understanding why. This creates what feels like fear without reason. But the reason is simple. You are no longer alone in the water. Something massive has entered your space. Chapter 13. The final approach. Now the shark commits. It stops circling. It chooses direction. And begins to close the distance. Fast. Efficient. Direct. In this moment, there is no hesitation. No curiosity. Only execution. The shark aligns its body. Uses stored energy. And launches. Water pressure shifts violently. A blur of motion breaks the calm ocean. And the attack is complete. But here is the part most people never realize. Most sharks do not continue after a single bite. They often release and reassess. Because they are not interested in humans as prey. They are investigating unfamiliar signals. This is why many attacks are non-fatal. But in the ocean, even one moment of contact changes everything. Chapter 14. What sharks really think about humans. Sharks do not understand humans the way we understand them. To a shark, we are not people. We are shapes. Movements. Signals. We are not recognized as individuals. We are interpreted as patterns. Sometimes. Confused seal. Injured fish. Strange object. Unknown energy source. This misunderstanding is often what leads to encounters. But sharks are not villains. They are ancient survival machines. They do not hate. They do not attack for revenge. They respond to signals. Nothing more. Nothing less. Chapter 15. The truth that changes everything. The real fear of sharks is not their teeth. It is their precision. Their ability to detect life in total darkness. Their ability to track movement through invisible signals. Their ability to move silently through an entire ocean without being seen. But the deeper truth is this. Sharks are not hunting fear. They are reading the body responses that fear creates. Your heartbeat. Your movement. Your energy. All of it becomes information in the water. And in that invisible language. The shark is always listening. Always waiting. Always aware. Final hook, for next video or ending tease. But even now, scientists are discovering something even more disturbing. Some sharks may not just track movement. They may recognize patterns of behavior. Meaning. They might learn. Adapt. And remember. If that is true, then the ocean is far more intelligent than we ever imagined. And sharks are only one part of something much larger. Much deeper. And far more unknown.